Iris and the 7 hidden colors of the sky. Far beyond where humans lift their heads to see only piles of white cotton, in the clearest layer of the atmosphere, floated the Prism Kingdom. This was the source of all colors on Earth. The seeds of the red in a flower petal, the blue in the depths of an ocean, and the yellow on a lemon peel were all sown here. One of the most hard-working residents of this kingdom was a young rainbow fairy named Iris. Iris's wings resembled dragonfly wings, but when sunlight touched them, they took on thousands of different hues. Her hair was like a waterfall that changed color with every shift in emotion, pink when she was happy, lilac when she was thinking, and midnight blue when she was sleepy. It was winter in the Prism Kingdom. For fairies, winter meant resting time. While the world lay under grey clouds and white snow, the rainbow fairies slept in their crystal cocoons, and awaited the first light of spring. However, Iris was not sleeping. She was apprenticing in the kingdom's color laboratory alongside her master, Aura. Because this spring would be Iris's first major mission. Iris was the one who would draw that magnificent arch across the sky after the first rain of spring. The laboratory was filled with massive jars made of glass. Inside each jar was a liquid, color essence. Master Aura was an old and wise fairy. She was staring, sunset orange, with a long mixing rod made of glass. "Don't forget, Iris," said Aura in a soft voice. "A rainbow is not just made of colorful lines. It is an emotion. Red is courage, orange is joy, yellow is hope, green is peace, blue is calmness, indigo is depth, and violet is imagination. If you don't add these emotions, your rainbow will be pale, and people won't smile when they look at it." Iris nodded. She looked at the empty palette in front of her. Her task was huge. Winter had lasted too long, and the world below needed hope. Just then, the sun bell in the center of the kingdom began to ring. This deep, vibrating sound echoed through the clouds. "Gong! Gong!" Aura smiled. "The time has come, little Iris. A great spring rain is starting below. The clouds are preparing the stage. Now, it is your time to shine." Iris took her crystal buckets and flew toward the color spring. To make the rainbow, she needed to gather the 7 main colors in their purest forms. First, she went to the red pool. It smelled warm and intense here, just like fresh strawberries and roses. Iris scooped some red into her bucket. Into this red, she whispered a little hearth-fire warmth. Then, she flew to the orange waterfall. This place smelled like an orange grove. As Iris took the orange, she added children's laughter into it. For yellow, she climbed to the hill where the sun's brightest rays collected. Yellow left a ticklish feeling in her palms. She sprinkled some daisy dust into it. Green came from the spirit of the forests. While stirring the green paint, Iris added the scent of fresh-cut grass and the rustling of leaves. Blue and indigo had to be taken from the sky ocean. Iris dug deep. Blue was cool and refreshing. Indigo was silent and mysterious. She added ocean wave and pre-sleep silence to them. The hardest color remained, violet. Violet was found in the farthest corner of the kingdom, in the Twilight Cave. It was dark when Iris flew there. Violet was the color of dreams, and it was hard to catch. Iris caught the violet beams in the air using a dream catcher and put them in her bucket. She added fairy tale dust into it. Now, everything was ready. Iris descended to the rain border with her buckets full of color. There, the cloud giants and rain weavers, dressed in fluffy grey robes, were working. The rain weavers were knitting raindrops from silver threads and releasing them to the earth. The head weaver, Nimbus, smiled when he saw Iris. Nimbus was a chubby cloud spirit with a massive beard made of cotton. "Welcome, Color Fairy," said Nimbus, his voice beaming like thunder but full of compassion. "Your canvas is ready. The earth is washed, the air is clean. The Sun King will open a window through the clouds in a moment. When that window opens, you must build your bridge." Iris looked down. The world was wet. Trees, roofs, and streets were shining from the rain. But everywhere was grey. People were hiding under their umbrellas, walking with fast steps. No one was looking at the sky. "I am ready," said Iris. Her heart was pounding with excitement. There was movement among the clouds. Nimbus and the other clouds slowly moved aside. A strong, golden ray of the sun fell upon the rain curtain like a spotlight on a theater stage. That was the moment. Iris dipped the light brush in her hand into the red bucket. She took a deep breath and began to fly from one end of the sky to the other. The trail she left behind was a vivid, bright, and warm red strip. This strip hung in the sky and began to shimmer. She turned back immediately and took the orange. She drew a flawless arc parallel to the red, white underneath it. Orange spread joy to the sky. It was yellow's turn. Iris had picked up speed. The yellow strip winked at the sun. Just as she was painting green, the wind picked up. Iris's small body was tossed about. Her brush trembled. If her hand slipped, the rainbow would be crooked. Iris flapped her wings faster. "Focus," she said to herself. "Green is peace. Don't fight the wind, be the wind." She let herself go with the flow of the wind and completed the green strip with the grace of a leaf. Blue and indigo wanted to blend in with the sky's own color. To make them distinct, Iris sprinkled a little diamond dust into them. Thus, those two colors shone like a jewel in the sky. And finally, violet. The most delicate line at the very bottom of the rainbow. With her last remaining energy, Iris drew the violet strip. This color was an imaginary rope connecting the rainbow to the earth. When Iris completed her masterpiece, she was breathless with fatigue. She sat on the edge of a cloud and watched below. What happened was miraculous. Below, people with grey umbrellas began to stop. First, a small child pointed at the sky with his finger. Then another, and then another. Umbrellas closed. Faces turned upward. The gloomy, grey city lit up in an instant. The reflection of the rainbow fell onto puddles, windows, and people's pupils. A child said to his mother, "Look, Mom. The sky is smiling." An old man leaned on his cane and took a deep breath. Birds began to fly under the rainbow and sing. Iris understood what Master Aura meant. She hadn't just drawn colorful lines. She had drawn hope, joy, and peace. She had heralded that winter was over and spring had come. The rainbow had completed its duty. After adorning the sky for about 15 minutes, the colors began to fade slowly, blending into the blueness of the sky. This was the nature of the rainbow. It lasted briefly, but its effect was infinite. Iris gathered her empty buckets. Her wings were very heavy now. She slowly ascended toward the Prism Kingdom. Master Aura was waiting for her at the door of the laboratory. Aura's eyes were shining with pride. "It was perfect, Iris," said the old fairy. "Especially that transition between green and blue. It was a true masterpiece." Iris smiled, but her eyes were closing. Her hair had turned a soft silver, the color of fatigue. "Thank you, Master," she whispered. "But I think I need to sleep a little." Aura took Iris to the rest room. This place was filled with beds made of the softest cumulus clouds. The ceiling of the room was transparent, and all the stars were visible. Iris sank into the cloud bed. The bed took the shape of her body and wrapped around her like cotton. A thin blanket woven from the last rays of the sunset was tucked over her. Outside, the wind had calmed down and was humming a sweet lullaby. The Prism Kingdom was cloaked in silence. Iris closed her eyes. She didn't need to paint anymore. She didn't need to fly anymore. The world had reunited with its colors, and the mission was complete. When Iris drifted into the realm of dreams, she still saw colors. But this time, she was there not to work on them, but only to watch them. In her dream, she slid down the rainbow she had painted like a slide. She jumped on orange clouds. She swam in violet rivers. The little rainbow fairy fell into a deep, peaceful, and well-deserved sleep in the highest layer of the sky, under the protection of the stars and silence. With her breathing, all the colors in the Prism Kingdom also retired to rest, falling asleep to gather strength until the next rain. Good night, Iris. Good night, colors. Good night, world. The end.